I never knew my grandmother or my grandfather.
This is not how Jaqueline Hayes expected to learn about her roots.
The people who were around at the time said that Charlie Smith was buried right here.
Branches of her family tree rest
under this.
I wouldn't have known it was a cemetery.
Well, a couple of us drove by it the first time.
The Whispering Souls Cemetery sits between two homes.
There's very few upright stones remaining.
He was only 5 months old.
Only African Americans are buried here.
No one deserves to, be engraved unmarked and not have a place for their family to come and pay their respects.
And it's not the prettiest place in the world.
Waist high a year ago.
Looks way nicer when it gets cut.
This old land needed a new look. So 11-year-old CJ Howard mowed. Other volunteers raked. And pretty soon, headstones were clean.
If it was relatives of yours, you'd want to know.
I think it's immoral to have a neglected cemetery. And then when I found out it was a black cemetery, that's somehow is even worse.
If my mom or dad was buried somewhere but I couldn't find them, that would be very heartbreaking.
1894 to 1970.
County records say 130 people are buried here. But Hayes knows that's not correct. Her grandfather isn't even accounted for in that 130.
This is not a good resting place for my beloved grandparents.
The number is not important to her, but the mission is restoring a final resting place.
It's an American history story. It's not the best story about how there was segregation back in the Jim Crow law days, but it needs to be told as we work towards changing the history.
On the road in Safety Harbor, I'm Bobby Lewis, 10 News.